Hello and welcome to the Savvy Gadgetz channel with me, Ian, otherwise known as Ven, and Star Rupture base build part 5. Now, this week we're focusing on our second set of fabricators and our first set of furnaces. We're specifically building the fabricators for rotors, which we're then going to push up into the corporate missions. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description below to check out our Discord and our other social bits and bobs. And don't forget to catch me 1 o'clock GMT on a Sunday afternoon for a live stream. Okay, so we've just had a rupture, and that means there's a few things that we can do. Something that is new in the current build of the game is that if we just dive over here quickly, hopefully we'll catch them. I think we may be a bit late, but after a rupture, these things are right. Yeah, they're still open. Look, we can now collect eggs from these things, Vulper eggs, and we can put these in the food things. You can see you either get 3, 2, or 1, and then like the holes in the ground where you get crystal and the other fruit, they will close up. There's another set just over here, so you can collect a few of these quite quickly. And there's another set over there, very close by. Oh, you see, they're just growing up. I just missed that one. That's fine. But once you've collected those, you hand those in at the recipe station, and you can then make Vulpir eggs. So let's go check that out quickly whilst we're here. That's new. But as you can see, the base has come on. But we now need to start being selective with what we're going to have and what we're going to go for. Up to now, we've been able to basically produce something, throw it at an orbital launcher, and it will increase our standings with the different corporate people. So you can see I've got a level 5 and a level 5 to collect here. So let's collect those. Selenium Corporation gives us a recycler. And then we move on with those to get limb or lem, and then beyond that we get the mega press and some quartz. So for Griffiths we get some war bonds, which is fine, but that's not really what we're after. We will need the defense turrets at a later date when we activate the big engine. But the things that I'm actually interested in at the moment is the food station, the helium extractor, and I believe it's here, the development station. Now this is more what I'm interested in. In order to do that, I need rotors. Now I've actually unlocked rotors because I visited the point of interest, got the schematic, and I've added it to, unlocked it from the terminal. One of the other things I want to do is I want to sort of unlock cargo dispatchers and the zip lines and that kind of thing. So, but we're going to be going for the Moon Energy Corporation. So we need to build rotors. So from here, you can see Vulpir eggs, and I need data. I've actually fulfilled this, but you get a refined egg, which increases max HP for 50% for 5 whole minutes. So I'm going to shove those in a store somewhere. Probably not that one. That one looks handy dandy. Like so. Right. So, let's build. Let's go and take a look. Because one of the other things that we can do is we now have access to furnaces. So let's go take a look at our furnace and our. Got them set up over here so we can see what we're up against. So furnaces, they're a bit bigger, so you can't exactly stack them in a triple, but you could do doubles maybe. But for the rotors, we need titanium rod and wolfram wire. Now, so far, what we've got is we've got a separation. We've got the titanium on one side there, and on the other side, we've got all the wolfram. Now, what I can do is, because I think it's the bottom level that I've got doing rods, is, and I'm going to have to tidy a lot, so yeah, that's producing rods, is I can push that over, and with the ones that are producing coils over there, which I think is pretty much all of them at the moment, I think it's the bottom row, is I can then combine those two. Now, I was hoping to avoid crossover, so what I'm thinking of doing is the top level doesn't actually do a great deal on the Wolfram side. I think I've got them set up to do, let's go take a look. I think I've got them set up to do coils, just for the sake of it, just so I've got things going out. So that's that one. Can I make it? Can I make it? Yes, I can! So yeah, so that's doing coils, and I think this one down here, this one's doing... Oh, that one's doing plates, and then the bottom level is also doing coils. So what I'm thinking of doing... Oh, they're doing plates, okay. So what I'm thinking of doing is like having the bottom do coils, that level do plates, and then swapping those out for titanium and feeding titanium over from this side. So it's kept up above, so you're not always running into it. And that's kind of the plan. So also what I want to do is I want to add, because these smelters are no longer actually doing anything, I'm thinking of feeding them into the furnace, because there's two things that we can do with the furnaces at the moment, and that is create wolfram powder from wolfram bar and calcium powder from calcium blocks, which obviously you'll be doing in my calcium area. So what I'll do is I will start doing a build. You can see the build that I've got going over there. I'll tidy this up, because what I want to do is I want to get rid of this complete stack of well, they're solar panels. I want to upgrade them, or get to the next level, so that I'm not using perhaps solar, maybe using bigger wind turbines or bigger solar panels, so that I need less of them, and I can keep that sort of like central area clear. So that's what I'm going to do. First, I need to tidy a load of this up. Okay, so we can see here how I'm intending to do the storage units. So basically each of the three smelters are going to feed into the storage unit, and the storage unit is going to feed out to the three different smelters. Now I need to take a feed from one of these on each level, you can see the other storage units that I've put down, and feed it up here. So that's what I'm going to try and attempt. It means rejigging all of this, and I'm probably going to have to build it again later on anyway, which is semi-annoying. But let's see if we can actually get this going. So what we need is we need the rail modulator 3. We need to turn it around like that. Like so. That's going to feed in to here. And what I might do is I might just feed that directly out from there. Whereas the ones above, the one above, I might just take a feed off of that one and just feed it straight across. So that one goes in there, that one goes in there, and hopefully, because I have had problems with this recently, that one goes in, that works, right, okay, so we can start saying take retaining bar from there. Now this is going to be the middle level, so it's going to go, I mean I might feed those three directly from all three. So let's take a look here. So, and because I've had to manipulate it in order to get one on top of the other, I've had to put that one over there. So that's storage unit. So it's not the greatest. And I'll show you the spaghetti mess that I've created in a second. Right, okay, so let's put that, let's just knock it down to there. So that one in there, that one in there, and that one in there, and that one in there, and you're going to feed the titanium bar. And then we need, technically we do the exact opposite on this side. So we have the single on this side. I can actually bring that out here more. Then that can go in there. That can go in there. And this is where we need our next triple, because what we're going to do now is we're now going to feed this up. So it needs to come from there and into there. The first one, I always hate when it does a pause like that, because it's like, is it about to crash on me? All that work I've just done for nothing. Right, so we now need to head upstairs. And we need to put in a triple receiver. Like this on the rail modulator. Now, I'm always on whether I should use that or just use the triple rail. I'll actually try that, because I don't know what difference it makes, really. Right, and one of the things we need to do here is add it in, because it comes round off of there. Like I said, what I might do is I might take a feed off of that one. So there. And then I can put here. Turn it around so it's the right way around. Add that. Now hopefully this will fit. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's actually gone over. That's good. Wasn't expecting that. So that one feeds into there, and then that one's going to feed directly into this first slot here. And then we're going to take that one, feed it into the second slot. That may not work very well. And then that one. Yeah, we'll actually swap that one round. What we'll do is we'll put in this one to the second slot, and then that one, which haven't fed into anything at the minute, can go straight up there. Okay, and I need to sort this out. Does it need to go? Yeah, I'll need to sort this out, because this doesn't actually have a feed at the minute, and that comes over here. Oh, that could be bad. Oh, it fits. Look at that. And I've got it the right way round anyway, so... But it fits, it's good. I need a single to a triple. Cancel that because it's gone the wrong thing. To there, into there, there, into there. That one, into that one, and then the very last one. In there. There we go. Right, so basically you're feeding into the smelters are all feeding back around into a storage unit. The storage unit then feeds out to the top levels, or we take a feed from the fabricators directly over there, so that we can now start producing rods on that side, so that we can then combine those with the coils to make rotors, and then we can start pushing rotors up. As you can see, I've built up. I've left room for another set of fabricators if I need them to make more, you know, plates, rods, and bits and pieces. But these guys, you're going to be doing those. They've served their purpose. There we go, it's all coming through. You can see they're all feeding in. Oh, that's nice. It's all good. Right, okay, so now what we need to do, and I think this is going to be a bit tricky, is we now need to build our next set of fabricators. So this is our second set of fabricators. And I'm only going to do one level for this, because I only need one level at the moment. So let's grab our first fabricator. And I think half the problem I'm going to have here is purely getting it all level. Because the ground is not level. Because it immediately tries to bump it up. So let's try that. Let's try it at that level. Let's try and keep them like that. And then maybe, just maybe, failing that, I'm just going to have to put them in a different order. I'm going to have to put them over here or something like that. Right. So we need from these, which are the wires. So we need the wires. Oh, I've set those out wrong. I've set those out wrong. God damn it. Let's move them over a bit. And on here, that gives us some sort of reference point. So they may have been right. And it's that level. As you can see, it's tricky. Getting it in the right place is important. And at the right height. Like so. Right, let's see if we can actually build the pillar supports that we're probably going to need at a later date. And this is the side that's going to hurt, I think. That may actually work. Let's just try it. Let's just put in one at the moment to make sure that we can actually get our a three stack up there. Fabricators. Oh, yeah, that looks good. There we go. Right, so at least I know that that'll work. Let's start doing the feed. Now, I'm still not entirely sure that this is a good idea or not. I'm just feeding all of them in to one, because I'm pretty sure this is creating a bottleneck. And then on this bottom level, turn it around, push it up, because then we really wanted to, we could actually fill this in with other bits. One of the things that I hope they actually add in at a later date is the ability just to upgrade the all of the lines, rather than having to dismantle them and then reapply them. You can just add them back in, or you can just sort of like look at them and go, yeah, upgrade that to the next level of rail. Right, so last bit, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm actually going to feed this down from up there. I'm going to go up there, feed that down, and then feed that across. Because you've got like the two inputs, it's worth just making use of as all of the inputs if you need a material. So for instance, the furnaces at the moment, they only take one material to create one thing. Later on they will take up to 4 different items to create one thing, and having, or so it's 3, that's 3, so it would take 3 different items to create one thing, and it's worth having 3 lines coming into the furnaces rather than just one line feeding in everything. Right, so we need to get up top here and see where I've had to sort of like rejig everything. Right, so the next thing I really want to do is I want to add in a storage unit. Oh, I should have done that downstairs, down there actually, so I'll rejig that. So we're going to add in a storage depot. Hopefully. Oh, it's probably because there... Oh, there is. Okay, so why is that unstable? Is that because... Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I might just add it as well, add it down at the bottom. See, it's fine on the next level, and I think that's because there's a gap there. It didn't quite work out right, I don't think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there's a gap just there. So what could I just put it on top there, maybe? At least then it'll look at least a little bit deliberate, right? And if it's sat on top of one of those, I don't know. So you can see there's the gap. I couldn't quite work out how to get that, and the problem is that the post at the very bottom's buried in the floor. There it is, so you can actually see it drops down a bit, but it's like, meh. Right, let's do the multi-rail thing. Right, 3 into 1. Like so. Oh, it's like, kind of hurting my OCD at the moment. For perfection. That into there. This then takes rods. You can hear that immediately start kicking off, all of the rods coming out. And then we want to feed that down to there. Dive off. And I need to have this out just a little bit, like that. And we need to feed 1 into 3. So that's going to come up there and go in there. And we're going to feed these in that on there. This is where things get a little bit spicy. Just drop that down and then drop. Can I drop that in? Ooh. Not quite low enough. Or I could actually go higher. One of the things I could do is increase the height of that one first, so it's above the others, because I think there's a height differential problem there. So you could go high, you could go low. So let's try. Let's try with this one. If we go low, and you need to hit the middle mouse button first. So when you place it, you then press it. You can see you can lower it, and then that goes in there. Then the next one, as you see, same problem. That's the same height. Drop it down, and in it goes. There we go. Right, now we can say to you, make rotors. Let there be rotors. And now we can push the rotors out to our orbital launchers. Now thankfully I haven't actually run out of power yet. I'll just wait for it. I'm going to put up 3 orbital launchers. Actually, I might put up... Usually I'll put up 6. 2 per thing. What's that? 4, 5, 6, and then we will do a like that. These do make life so much easier, rather than having to use the 4-way split that we've been having to use so far. So that one in there, that one in there, that one in there, same thing. Up there, up there, and then we can say to these, no, take rotors. And I'm surprised that I haven't run out of energy. And one of the things I do need to do is sort out that storage, but I will do that later. Right, so now let's take a look at some of the other bits of it. I think we can just go here. Do any of these take wolfram and calcium? So what I can do here is put down a couple of orbital cargo launchers. Yes, that hurts my OCD. Because they're not the same level. And then just feed that into there and that into there. Alright, now we've run out of power. So let's add some power. Just going to tack it on the side of these generators here. Let's go everything back up and running. So these guys, you're going to take wolfram powder. And then we can do the same thing over there for calcium. Because we can add a furnace over there where our calcium output is going, and want to do the same thing for the same corporation, because I don't think there's another corporation that just takes calcium. No, so it's only that one. Right, so we can feed those. But there we go. That's it. That's how we're doing it for the moment. That's our second line of fabricators sorted out. We have room to build up for other bits and pieces should we need to scale this up a bit more. we've incorporated the storage depots a bit, and I'm probably going to do something similar here, but on an individual basis, so they'll feed directly into one and then it'll feed directly across, whereas other places, I mean, that could be one there as well, I suppose. Could feed into a storage depot there and then out, but you know, different ways of doing the same thing. So there we go. That's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video where we continue our adventures in Starrupture and building a base that pleases the eye. Until then, bye bye.